You're just one step away from the life you dream of. One more decision. One more push. Today we're diving into The Power of One More by Ed Mylett, a book that punches limiting beliefs in the face and lights your fire to go all in on your potential. Let's unpack 7 killer lessons from this masterpiece that will make you rethink the way you live, grind, and grow. Lesson 1. The Power of Belief. Quote, "You are always one decision away from changing your life. Imagine you're standing at a door. Behind it, everything you've ever wanted. But here's the catch. The key isn't in your pocket. It's in your mind." That's what Ed's saying here. Your beliefs either build the door or brick it shut. There's a moment when Ed's dad, once an alcoholic, makes one decision to get sober. Just one. That single shift changed the entire family's legacy. One decision, one belief. So ask yourself, what belief are you one decision away from changing today? Lesson 2. One more rep in everything. Quote, "The difference between winning and losing is so small, it's almost too scary to talk about. Think about it. Gold medals, business empires, even happy marriages. Most of them weren't built on massive changes. They were built on the extra mile. One more call, one more hour, one more rep when it's hard." Ed used to sneak into the gym early and train while others slept. He wasn't the biggest guy, but he always did one more rep. That habit, it compounded into confidence, strength, and success. So next time your brain says "I'm done," remember, that's where the real game begins. Lesson 3. Kill the identity limits. Quote, "Your identity is the thermostat of your life. It sets the standard for everything. Think of your identity like a thermostat. If it's set at 70 degrees, and life heats up to 90, you'll self-sabotage to cool it down. But raise that internal thermostat. Suddenly, wealth, love, health, they match your new internal normal." Ed grew up in a humble home, but he decided he was going to be a world-class leader. Not someday, now. That identity shift didn't wait for success to show up. It attracted it. So what's your thermostat set at? And who do you need to believe you are? Lesson 4. Urgency is a superpower. Quote, "You don't have forever, but you do have now." There's nothing like urgency to flip the switch inside you. You've got this moment. That's it. Ed talks about losing his dad and how he realized time isn't guaranteed. That created this crazy hunger to make every conversation, every effort count. Ask yourself, if you only had a month left to make a difference, what would change? Then go live like that now. Lesson 5. One more emotion. Master your state. Quote, "You can't control what happens to you, but you can control what it means. We all get hit. Life punches us in the gut. But Ed teaches that emotions are tools, not dictators." There's once an epic moment when Ed flips a loss into fuel. Because instead of sinking, he asks, "What can I learn from this? What does this mean that empowers me?" Change your meaning, and you change your momentum. Lesson 6. One more habit. Stack the small wins. Quote, "Successful people aren't more talented. They're just more consistent. Forget the big leaps. The legends, they just show up every single day. They brush their teeth, they journal, they work out. They stack tiny wins until they become unstoppable." Ed talks about how small routines, like waking up early, saying affirmations, rewired his brain for winning. So don't underestimate your next tiny action. It's your domino that knocks over greatness. Lesson 7. One more, always. Quote, "One more try, one more hour, one more day." That's the edge. The whole book boils down to this. One more is a mindset, a way of life, a decision to never coast, never settle. When Ed felt like giving up in business, in leadership, even emotionally, he'd whisper to himself, "Just one more day," and he'd show up, and it worked, over and over again. So whether you're at the bottom or at the top, always ask, what's my one more today? You are so much closer than you think. That dream you've been chasing, that version of you who's confident, fulfilled, and free, they're not light years away. They're one more step away, one more brave decision, one more hour of work, one more moment of belief. Don't stop now, because the difference between the life you're living and the life you were meant to live is just one more. And who knows, your next move might just be your breakthrough. Keep pushing, one more.